What's going on, people in YouTube land and anywhere else that this video ends up? My name is Kimchi Gamer and welcome to the first ever Let's Play video on the channel. This is a series of videos I've wanted to start for a little while to highlight some of the classic arcade games that maybe don't work so well for a full Twitch stream, or maybe some more obscure games that don't work as well on that platform as well, which if you are discovering me here on YouTube, you should definitely check out that Twitch channel as well. But nonetheless, we're here today to jump into one of my favorite arcade games from when I was a kid. Let's play some X-Men Arcade! Oh yeah, that classic intro. That classic intro. We all remember this from when we were kids, or hey, maybe we're discovering it for the first time. But for anyone from my generation, this is iconic. Just look at that. Magneto. The human blob. Character that, I don't know if he'd exist in this day and age, but you got Wolverine there. This game was just classic. I played this so much in the arcades, but I never beat the thing because, you know, who had enough quarters to do that? And I've never even beat it, you know, in more current day situations with these type of setups. So this is exciting. This is very exciting. And let's just get ourselves a bunch of credits added in there because we're going to use them all. This is a beat 'em up. Quite the beat 'em up. And what was cool about this is that you could have, you know, I believe it was it 6 players? I could research that, but I'm not going to. And I do remember that Wolverine was like the guy to be. Actually, let's up ourselves up to 50 credits. How about that?
Humans can do nothing against the power of the evil mutant. The only hope is X-Men.
This was some pretty scary stuff too when you were a kid. Like the whole world's falling apart.
Go and save the city.
And they just look. There's like, I'm ready. And by they, it's Wolverine. So what was kind of crazy about this is, you know, if you read the comics at all or watch the cartoon, which was kind of more my speed, the Sentinels are big in all of those. I mean, that's how they are, right? Why are they so small in this game? Why are they the same size as Wolverine here? And he's a little guy, right? Isn't he supposed to be short? I don't know, but I guess that's just what they came up with. And like these guys here, the ones with like the gun there, was that in the series? Again, I could probably do some research, figure it out, but I'll let you guys figure that out for me, some of you that are watching. And I'm already getting beat up. That's how these games were designed, though. They were designed to eat your quarters. I never have claimed to be a particularly good gamer. I just hope that I'm a somewhat entertaining one and a somewhat exciting one, perhaps. Bringing back the good memories of the X-Men arcade game to you in 2020, and of course any future years that you end up watching this as well. Putting years in videos like this is somewhat, I don't know, it's somewhat short-sighted, I believe, because, you know, this hopefully could go on for years with people watching it. Who knows? Probably won't, but you never know. It very well could. That pink one kind of looks like RC from Transformers, the same color palette and the same like borderline weirdly robot bikini outfit setup. Oh, I need energy in the form of a pill. Surprised they let that in the game. That seems like that's encouraging kids to, you know, maybe mess around with some pills that they shouldn't. Oh god, didn't expect that. Probably should have. This level I played so many times. Like this was one of those games that when there was an arcade around, or even just a few machines, like say at a Burger King or something like that, you knew with this game you were gonna get your quarters worth because like first boss. Sometimes with games like Mortal Kombat, if you played one round of it and you just lost super quickly, like you just lost your quarter. You know, there's not much else. Oh no, time to do our superpower. It takes health, but yeah, with this one, I mean, even if you died like I just did, you were gonna get your money's worth. You're getting a little bit of time to play it, and I just remember thinking this looked so cool. It looked like a cartoon, and to some people that might seem silly, you know, this day and age. Oh, and I'm just, why am I doing that in the wrong way? It might seem silly this day and age to say that, but this looked like a cartoon at the time. Cartoons didn't really look like this, but it was a lot closer than, you know, some of the stuff we were playing. Arcades were just such a magical thing back then, and arcade machines as well. Arcade machines never really have lost that luster to people, you know, that grew up with them, but it really makes me wonder sometimes, not to sound like an old man, but like, do people that didn't grow up as much with arcades, do they have the same Stigma, I mean, do they look at them as maybe cool retro items? Because they are cool retro items, and even I look at them that way for the most part. But that's also because of where we are, you know? It's still a big thing in Japan, of course. Not so much here. Everything had an arcade game, it felt like back in the day. I mean, you had XMen, you had Ninja Turtles, you had Ghostbusters, you had Michael Jackson. These are all games that maybe I'll play on here at some point if this is something that ends up being even semi-successful or not, because I'm just having a good time right now. Really just wanted to play this and decided to make a YouTube video out of it, but I've been wanting to do some of these Let's Plays for a while. Oh god. It's just kind of odd to be playing this and doing a video with it not being like the Twitch stream. That's kind of what I've got used to since I've started doing like video game stuff online, which was earlier this year. I've been making videos on different subjects on different channels quite a while, but still fresh with all the video game and content, but it's really fun. I like the video game stuff because the thing is, in worst case scenario, you make a video or have a stream that doesn't go super well, you still got to play a fun video game. Hey, RC's back. I'm curious who the boss is in this one. I want to say it might be the human blob, actually, because I definitely got this far in the arcades, because like it didn't take that hard. It didn't take that much money. It wasn't that hard to get this far. I think I got as far as like the 3rd or 4th level, and I'm not even exactly sure how long this game is, but I'm sure we'll figure it out here in just a little bit. I mean, you guys have already figured it out because you're looking at the running time of the video. Anyone watching this after the fact is saying, you know, that Kimchi Gamer isn't very smart. Why didn't you look at the runtime? Well, I'm playing the game right now. Oh no, these things were annoying. Never liked villains like this that were just like pieces of machinery on the wall. I was never a fan of that. I wanted villains I could actually like interact with. I felt better always about defeating them. And as you can see, there's a lot of villains in this, mostly Sentinels and that other robot. Sentinels and friend. Oh my god, look at that. Their bodies are in the background. Oh, hey.
Wolverine.
Yeah, I want to stick with Wolverine. Look at that. So we would have gotten that far on 1/4. That wouldn't have been too bad, honestly. That would have been a decent amount of playtime. Again, better than if you played something like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter and got beat by the first person on the game, which was highly possible, highly likely even, back in the day. 'Cause those games were, you know, they were unforgiving. Very unforgiving. And it's even worse if, say, like, you were playing and you were having a good time, and you knew you weren't that good, but you somehow made it, you know, to the 2nd or 3rd guy, or maybe even if it was just like you were still on your 1st and like some kid walks up and, okay, we're gonna do the super. Okay, some kid walks up that, you know, he knows what's going on and just decimates you at the game and just, you know, ruins your day, beats you, and says something like, better luck next time, loser. That happened to all of us, I'm sure, at some point in the arcades, right? Okay, so who's gonna come out here? It is the human blob! I remembered it. I didn't even let him finish talking. Okay, I'm getting quite a few punches in. Okay, and then he... Why'd I have to say anything? As soon as I said something, he retaliated. Wolverine, he's telling you his name. That's what that is. He wants you to know that he's Wolverine. Okay, so doing the super there was smart. We knocked him down. Not the most politically correct villain now. Is he still in the comic books? I don't know. I figure like they would change his name or something if he was in the comics. Oh god, he made a sound. But we beat him pretty good. See, we would still be on our 2nd quarter right now, which, like, that's some decent gameplay value for your money.
We have been taken by
Oh, look at the little blood.
However, we had time to locate their base on Island M. Destroy it.
Okay, Island M. Might be an island, but it's still got the same baddies at it. Yeah, see, that's a good time to use the super, because there was just a lot of those guys on here, and you know, this might be the trend we see for the rest of the game, because a lot of these games, they would lure you in with a pretty easy first level or two. Sometimes they didn't even give you that. But the ones that were true masters at making beat 'em ups, they lure you in with the first level or two, and then they'd up the ante. Because they knew if you did that, you'd probably keep coming back for more, assuming that you'd get better. You didn't usually get that much better. Because, like, I feel with beat 'em ups, there's obviously some skill, but I don't think it's like fighting games, and the fact that, you know, fighting games, there's people that are just like ridiculously good at them, and I'm sure that exists with the beat 'em ups, but I don't know, I feel like the community isn't quite as big. Watch me say that and someone just corrects me horribly in the comments and say that, you know, there's, I don't know, there's an Evo for beat 'em ups that I don't know, or maybe there's beat 'em ups at Evo, I don't know, but they're really fun though. I don't know anyone, for the most part, on the other hand, that doesn't like beat 'em ups at the very least, is a thing. Like, they're just good, clean fun, and they're fun with your friends. Maybe fun with your enemies if there's friendly fire. This was one that was always in my wheelhouse. If this was in the arcade, this was going to be one of the games I was going to play. This and Ninja Turtles were like the two go-to games. And I remember when it was like a little past this, you started to get all the Capcom games, and you had the X-Men in a lot of those. I really liked watching those games, but I wasn't great at them at first, so I didn't want to waste my quarter on them. I loved buying the PlayStation 1 versions of those games so I could play them over and over again, but I was kind of scared to play them in the arcade at first, similar to what I was saying earlier with... Oh, a bee. New villain, though. But similar to what I was saying earlier with, like, a kid just beating you quickly, like, I didn't want my quarter gone so quickly, and I knew that those were kind of tough games, so instead of playing the new, you know, X-Men versus Street Fighter, I'll just play this one in the corner and hope for the best. Oh, if you get that power, it means you can do your super without it hurting you, which is wonderful. Wow, that sound he made was great. Okay, so we're on our third quarter. Again, this isn't bad value for the money if you were in the arcade playing this mess. Love these dinosaur men too, and their little speedos. But what a great game. This is the game, along with some other classics from that era, like the Simpsons, for example. These just need to be on everything from Switch to PlayStation Network, Xbox Arcade. They just need to be all over the place. They really do. These are classics. When you start factoring in, you know, the fact that it's X-Men and Konami and Marvel and all these things, I get that some of these things can be kind of difficult to license, but come on, this is just so much fun. And I don't want them to remake it. They can remaster it, that's fine. But don't remake it, because it'll take away some of the magic at bare minimum. I mean, a lot of us have been excited, if you're watching this when it's new, about the fact that Scott Pilgrim is coming back soon. That's a good beat 'em up that we haven't had access to for a while. Ooh, it's Magneto. We're not reaching the end of the game yet, are we? Okay, I knew there was no way. Less than 20 minutes into it. I know these arcade games are short, but there's no way it's going to be that short. Instead, we're fighting these little... I don't know what these are. I don't remember these from the cartoon at all. Were they in the comics? I just really don't know. Oh. Okay, so this is the boss here. I don't know this guy's name at all. What is his name? I'm sure I could look it up, but I'm playing the game, so... What is his name? He's kind of creepy looking, actually. Like, if he approached you in a dark alley at midnight, you wouldn't want to be near this guy. I guess that could be true for all the villains in this game, but even Wolverine, to be fair, but still. Come on. It's worth using your supers on the bad guys, because they're going to beat you down a couple times. So you might as well aid them while also hurting them. I like that sound. It was funny when he went down. Okay. So 3 levels in, that's not bad.
Kitty from the cave.
Kitty from the cave, okay. Oh, okay, did you see that? I stripped him at the end there. That was something I don't think I've done yet, or if I hadn't noticed it. More of the dinosaurs in Speedos. Gotta love them, though. I like that when they're down, you can just like continue to just like, oh, hey, just beat them. Oh, what was that sound? Did I do something? I don't know what I did if I did, but I did something, I feel. Also kind of morbid when you see their heads flying around, their body parts. Maybe this deserved a mature rating. Wonder if any parents complained about that at all. Oh no, there's energy right there. I don't need to die yet. Okay, good. Couldn't have been better time. Oh no, there's bats. I mean, we're in a cave. I suppose that makes sense, but what kind of X-Men fights bats? I mean, plainly Wolverine is right now, but still. Seems like a weird choice of villains. It's like a robot bat too. Kind of looks like that that transformer that would turn into a bird. A lot of Transformers comparisons in here, actually. I mean, to be fair, Transformers, I guess, was still popular when this came out. I would assume it was. I mean, Transformers, it's had its weaker moments, but it's never fully went away, if we're just being completely real. Even if it should have at times with things like Beast Wars. I mean, I know people liked Beast Wars when it came out, but it hasn't aged exactly well. Let's just put it that way. Oh, hey, I thought I was about to get to leave, but you guys had to show up and ruin my party. And they're all just coming out of the cave. Like, what are they doing before Wolverine shows up? Are they just hanging out in the cave in the darkness? Because that's what it certainly looks like. There's no light in there. Okay. Let's take care of business. Why is he spitting water on me? And why does water hurt you? Like, several questions here. I mean, I guess maybe, like, it's gross because it's spit. I mean, that makes sense. But why would it hurt you other than that? It's like, oh, it's gross. Wolverine's grossed out by it, so it hurts him. Seems like there's a lot of things in this world that would not gross him out. And I'm not even sure spit is one of the things that would gross him out. He seems like he would just be above being grossed out by that. Then you see Wolverine in a corner. It's icky, Bubba. I don't see him doing that. Oh boy. Luckily I took care of them before they could throw the rocks at me. Always a good thing to not let people throw rocks at you. Oh, and I dodged those. That's good. Look, it's getting kind of stormy back there. I guess we're not in a cave anymore. Are we on a beach now? Wasn't a very big cave. There's Kitty. Okay, and all right, Robot Man. I don't remember this guy from the cartoon either. Again, though, not reading the comics, that's probably why I don't remember a lot of these bosses. I had the comics growing up. I don't know. I didn't really read them too much. I had a fair amount of them, but I don't think I had as many as, like, you would say a comic collector had per se. I was more interested in the cartoon, the Fox animated series. I knew a lot about that back in the day. Couldn't tell you as much of it now since I haven't watched it in a while, even though I probably should since it's on Disney+. Maybe I'll go watch it tonight after this. Who knows? Guess time will tell. Oh no. Plus, this is kind of based on the X-Men that weren't in the Fox Kids cartoon. You got like Dazzler in here. Like, oh, yeah, it's Dazzler. When I think of like the iconic X-Men, that's not necessarily one of the ones I think of. But you know what? I remember her from this game, so I guess the game made her at the very least a bit iconic. Oh, is he done? All right, he sure is. He's exploded. It did. That's good. Wolverine looks very proud of himself. It's like, yeah, I did that.
You must rescue the
Oh, speaking of Dazzler. Like, see, those other ones are all iconic characters. But alright, we're off to go see the professor. Are we getting near the end of this already? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we were, but that's still kind of surprising. I mean, I said we wouldn't be surprised. I said surprising. Contradicted myself immediately, but I think it's more that it would just be like interesting that you could beat this on so few quarters if that was the case. But there's probably gonna be some more layers, I'm gonna guess. Yeah, we need to do that. Oh, I stripped them down to their underwear again. It's shocking every time that I do it. This is a game. This is a game. Oh, hey, that's how you take care of these guys. You get behind them. Okay. It is kind of interesting on these games too that like I feel these couldn't have been the hardest games necessarily to develop because you're using a lot of the same villains over and over that they're fighting. Like you add some each level, but like really at the end of the day, a lot of these games only have like a dozen or so bad guys. Plus like maybe the bosses. Even some of them I wouldn't say go over a dozen even with the bad guys. And then you have of course your main characters and you know, these games all look good, and there's obviously the background environments and things like this, but still. Ooh, hey. I recognize her. Take care of her. Wah! Sounds he makes when he dies are funny. Oh, she just laughed at that? I'll do it again to her. And get her into the blinking territory. That means she's getting really hurt. Her sound was good too when she died. Oh no. Those things were kind of tough. Like they says his name every time. Wolverine. Like he wants to remind you or perhaps himself of his name. I'm not sure which it is, but one way or another, he's informing. He's an educator. He's a teacher. I stripped that one down to his underwear. It's always weird when that happens. Then they die. I guess they're just like really embarrassed of being seen with less clothing on. Bashful robots. What a situation. All right. Come on, buddies. Old pals. What you doing this for? You should just know at this point that like you're not gonna win against me, so just let me through. Let your bro Wolverine through. That's the thing that's funny about these beat-em-ups. Like, I know in this situation you're against robots, so it might be a little bit different, but in a beat-em-up like Streets of Rage or something where you're, you know, against humans, I feel that at some point the humans would realize these guys have taken down so many people, maybe I shouldn't mess with them. You know, you would think that. Oh boy. There's one that's more accurate in size, by the way. As far as the Sentinels go, and it's just shooting out these guys. I don't remember that guy's name, but I had the toy of him as a kid. I'm realizing that my X-Men knowledge is pretty bad as I go through this game as far as remembering names and stuff, but I do recognize characters and faces, at least. I know all the big ones. I know Cyclops and Wolverine and Phoenix and Nightcrawler and Colossus and all that. I just don't know much else. Okay, I do know who Juggernaut is. I mean, he told me who he was, and that he was gonna flatten me, and he has a gun. So, is he gonna shoot me or is he gonna flatten me? Because those are different things. If he's gonna flatten me, why does he even have the gun? He's gonna shoot me, why is he gonna say he's gonna flatten me? You know, like, it doesn't add up. He's kind of cheap, though, I can tell, yeah. I'm not sure I've ever fought him before. Don't think I've ever been this far in the game. So this is exciting, guys. I knocked off his hat, and he's blinking, which means he's in a very bad state of being. Ooh. I wonder why the bad guys always blink, but the good guys never do. Oh, that sound he made was great. It was truly great.
XMen, nice job. Magneto is over there. Follow me.
Okay. He didn't sound too emotional about that. He's just like, Magneto's over there. Cool. Oh no, it's Mystique. See, I knew who she was too. Oh no, it's more of these things. I don't like these things. It says move on, but I'm gonna get shot if I don't take care of these. Oh well, guess I'm just gonna get shot. Oh no. This is where the game officially gets, I wouldn't say necessarily unfair, but hard at the very least. Look at this. I can't even recover. Oh hey, it's a silver Sentinel. Oh, it's several silver ones. They kind of look like what was that show, Silverhawks? Is that right? Am I remembering that right? As I just reminisce about all of these old retro things that I just don't remember good details about. Can't imagine how it would have been in the arcade to actually get to beat this on actual real-life quarters. I would have been excited if I'd been to this point in the game, I'm sure. We have a local retro arcade that you basically just pay like a cover fee, and you get it to go in. Oh no. And play as many arcade games as you like. I don't think they have this one though. So you can go in there and beat games fairly easily. It depends though how busy it is, because you don't want to be that one guy that's on like the one machine for, you know, an hour if someone's waiting to play it, obviously. But you know, they might do the same thing when they get on the machine. They might be there for an hour. So it's kind of hard to predict what you should do in that situation. What is the proper protocol? But I guess you could feasibly beat a game like this out there pretty easily. 'Cause it's, yeah, it's $10 for a whole day of video games. Pretty great, actually. Like if you're gonna spend at least an hour or two out there, you more than get your money's worth for just all the variety you can try. Oh, and I can add to the life up there. Maybe I won't have to fool with the continue as much, seeing that. Yeah, it's great value. Of course, right now, I don't even know if they're open with the way the world is right now, but it's great value when it's safe to go to somewhere like that where you're touching a lot of things in public. I would love to go there though, again, but and I'm sure I will. I'm sure I'll go there again, assuming they survive all this. One of the scariest things about right now is all these small businesses going under. That many of them, you know, we value. And they won't be there for us, but you know, a lot of them though are trying to do things to survive, so it's good to support them always. And technically, you're supporting a very small business on here just watching this video, or subscribing to the channel, or giving it a thumbs up, or any of those things that every YouTuber tells you to do 100 times in a video, because YouTube channels, Twitch streamers, things like that, they're all small businesses, no matter how small they are. And this is a very small one at this point. But it still is that. Oh boy. Were these guys in X-Men? I can't imagine these guys were in the comic books. But, you know, considering I know nothing about it, apparently, maybe they were. when there's two bosses like this, it's better to just like sacrifice your lives and defeat them as best you can. If you were in the arcade and using real quarters, you'd just be paying to win essentially at that point, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Oh no, there's another one? Yep. Oh, and he's got laser eyes. That's fun. Oh, but we got him blinky so quick. Means he's nearing the end of his days. So let's take care of business on him a little bit more. Oh, he exploded, it did! Yes! He didn't make a funny sound, but he had a funny passing nonetheless.
X-Men. Magneto is planning to attack Earth from his asteroid base. You must foil his plan before it's too late. Go after the giant Sentinel.
Okay, I can do that. I can do that, Professor X. I can do that, future Jean-Luc Picard. Oh, of course we're in space. I feel like so many of classic beat-em-ups have a space or a moon or a Mars or something level like this. So this makes perfect sense to me. This makes so much sense. And of course they're on the moon without any, you know, protection from being in space, and they can still breathe. I mean, the robots, I guess that doesn't really... Yeah, it doesn't really affect them, but, you know, Wolverine you'd think would need a spacesuit or something, but I guess not, because he's Wolverine the Amazing. He's got antimanium, skeleton? Couldn't think of the word there. So he can just regenerate everything. So I guess he's good. He's just regenerating his Earth air over and over and over and over and over again. I guess that's what's happening. These things are bad business. I want to take care of them. Did they go away? I bet they didn't. Or maybe they did. Okay. I'm alright with that. These silver sentinels are a little bit tough. Gotta say. Oh boy. Yeah, that's a good time to do that. And I got some energy afterwards. Some energon if it was the world of Transformers. Which that one that looks like RC keeps coming back for more, so maybe it is the world of Transformers. I never understood this guy with, like, the toys. Though, like, I never understood. I mean, like, it was cool that he could get around even without, you know, having legs and all, but... I never knew what his power was. He just seemed to have a gun. And no legs. Is that his power? Like, I don't have a power, but I can shoot you. What a power that would be to have. I'm not sure that's a good one, but it is a power, I suppose. Nobody says anything about me carrying this around because I don't have legs. I don't know. I don't think that would be what it would be at all, but... I just think it's like a poor representation of people that perhaps, you know, don't have some of their body parts. That's all I'm saying. Not the best representation, but again, this was a long time ago, I suppose. I wonder if that character's still around. Speaking of characters, like how earlier I said, you know, I feel the Blob might not still be around, or at least not around with the name. Speaking of which, wow, speak of the devil. Like, I feel he's a bad representation of heavier set people. Plus the fact that he's, like, pretty easy to defeat doesn't help. Okay, so we're getting the boss gauntlet. So is this the last level? That's what you normally get near the end, is the boss gauntlet. Means we'll be getting, yep, I was about to say the Ice Queen soon, so... Get them both blinky. Oh, and we got that guy back, too. Are we gonna have the Egyptian guys, I wonder? I don't like this guy, because I don't know what he is, or what part of the story he's from. Just like most of these characters, I don't know what part of the story he's from. But he's blinky now, okay. If I do this, it might not be so fun to watch, but he'll never come back onto the screen, and I'll beat him. And that's a little secret you have in a lot of beat 'em ups. There's a lot like that. I think he's done. He's making the sound of being done. Oh, there's a Juggernaut. I forgot about him. I'll crush you. Let's get him Blinky too, and then we knocked his hat off. That's a good sign. Oh, there's Professor Xavier. He's looking sad. I mean, he is taken hostage. That makes sense. He also looks passed out. He's a better representation of handicapped people for sure than those other guys are. Oh, okay. I mean, he's probably gonna take quite a bit of life from me, but he's not like too unreasonably tough right now for a final boss. A lot of and is he already getting Blinky? Okay, that's the official term from now on, guys, in these older games. When you beat them up and they get all blinking like that, they're Blinky. Oh, it was Mystique. Okay, that's why. That makes sense. That's why he wasn't that hard to beat. We still have to defeat him.
Alas, that was Mystique, not Magneto.
That's true.
Magneto is in another place. Go, X-Men.
Go X-Men, aka XMen, Wolverine. There he is.
I am Magneto, master of magnet. Die.
Okay, yeah, he's definitely already tougher than the Mystique version was. In a game like this, though, what a unique opportunity for the people, again, creating the characters and sprites. You can reuse Magneto multiple times because of Mystique's powers. That was convenient for them. He just wants us to die. That's not very nice for a game that little kids would be playing. Yeah, he's kind of tough. We're just going to have to do a lot of the super on him to get him Blinky. Hex Chicken, you are dead. What a put down. I don't know how much of a chicken he is. He's here fighting you. Fool? Ya fool? Dead. Yeah, this is a pretty violent part in the game. But then again, how many kids actually got to this part in the game in the arcades? You had to be, you know, a high roller to get to this part, just for the financial side of things. Oh, we're getting him Blinky, but I bet he'll be Blinky for a longer period of time than some of the others, too. You are dead. Not for long. I wonder if that's where Resident Evil got their influence from, when you die and says, you are dead. Wow. Ha ha. Yeah, he's been Blinky for a while. His kill you, his Blinky levels are definitely more than the other characters for sure. It's still funny when he says it though. I don't mind dying at his hands when he says stuff like that. Okay. Did we do it? Is that the end? It's certainly looking that way. We'll see. Yep, we defeated him. The struggle of the X-Men will be continued. That was leaving it open for a sequel, obviously. Well, there you go. We beat the X-Men arcade game, the premier X-Men arcade game, I would say. Look at these credits, too. They're pretty cool. It's good to know they put a little bit of work into these, even though they knew good and well a lot of people wouldn't be seeing these things. But I guess they had to be in there. But yeah, what did you guys think of that? Is that a fun game? Was it fun to watch someone else play it? Hopefully it was. I had fun playing it. I've never beat it. I don't know why. Since I've had access in ways, you know, obviously, again, the original quarter method, maybe not the wisest, but I've had access to the game in other ways, and I've never beat it till now, so that's pretty fun. Life goal accomplished. I remember the first time that I beat the Ninja Turtles arcade game at a convention, an anime convention, actually, when it was on free play with my friend. That was a good moment. Yeah, look at that. You guys feel accomplished right now. This is what America's all about right here. Oh, it goes right back into the game. Okay, it goes right back into the game. There's no reason to play it again. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and we're gonna do some more of these Let's Plays. So if you're new around here, hit that little subscribe button down there. Hit the little alarm so you get the updates. And again, check us out on Twitch. That'll be linked down below as well as Instagram, Twitter, all those wonderful things. Kimchi Gamer. And thank you guys so much for watching the video, and see you next time. Bye.
Video game.